Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another action-packed Wednesday night with the VSpeed Contender Series. Brought to you by NEPA Towing and Recovery, FRT Motorsports, Butt Kicker, and as always, powered by Nitro. All right, so tonight I'm on my own, just me and my dog Lily. So we'll be here to bring you the race tonight. Cody is out sick on us tonight, so we hope he gets better soon and gets back with us next week. Now, tonight we have the Lady in Black. We'll see if these guys have the ability to tame the track. It's too tough to tame. As you can see, kind of a different shaped track than these guys are used to running. A little more technical. Kind of a single groove track. So it's definitely going to probably test some patience of some people. Now, speaking of patience, last week we definitely had some interesting things going on. Of course, we had the Milwaukee Mile, and Hunter Kent continues to extend his points lead and show his dominance this season. As far as winning on the track, he makes it a third race as far as a win. But add a little bit of competition this time. Stephen Massey, as well as Dean Doucette, definitely made him work for it. Dean Doucette beat Hunter out of the pits and led a bunch of laps until it got down to the point where it was time to go. And then there was a little bit of rubbing his racing, and I think some tempers got a little flared, but ultimately nobody was wrecked out of it. So that's a good thing. Dean was still able to hang on and get a top 10 finish, so it still helped with the point situation. So that's not bad. So Hunter Kent came out on top. Mr. Dean Doucette in second place. And let's see here. Who is third? Russ Bovair. We got to have Russ up in the booth with us for the first time this season. So it was good to get second time this season. It was good to get Russ back up in the booth with us. Glad he's getting back on a roll there. We had Darren Bruce in fourth, Rachel Hunt in fifth, Ryan Lang in sixth, Jimmy Babb in seventh, Timmy Longwood in eighth, and Dean Doucette ninth, and Gary May in 10th. So, as it stands right now, let's take a look at the points and see where we're at. Let's see here. So it looks like Hunter Kent's got an okay lead there, pretty comfortable lead at 218 points, with Ryan Lang in second with 192. Even Massey in third with 171. Dean Doucette is fourth with 164. Darren Bruce in fifth. Russ Bovair in sixth. Mr. Doc Stout in seventh. Got a good, strong top 10 going on for him this season. Nice and consistent. Adam Newton, eighth. Jimmy Babb in ninth. And Joe Zader round out the top 10. So you got three of the drivers new to the series in the top 10 in points. So that's not so bad at all. Of course, tonight, looks like Darren's got the top speed right now, currently on the board. So these Screaming Eagle boys definitely come to win some races this season. So Doing really well so far. Being in the top 10 in points, 3 of them in the top 10 in points there. So that's a pretty impressive run for those guys. While these guys are getting a little bit of practice in, of course, we're going to give a little love out to these sponsors. Let's go with Mr. Joe Zader and NEPA Towing and Recovery side by side. Big shout out to Mr. Zader. Been a strong supporter of the series for a while now, and it is definitely much appreciated. So thank you, Mr. Zader. Of course, if you need any towing or recovery needs up in the Pennsylvania area, be sure to look up NEPA Towing and Recovery, and they should be able to help you out. All right. Riding along with Jimmy Babb right now. Kind of middle of the road speed there. Like I said, this track is definitely not for everybody. This is one of those tracks where you either love it or you hate it. I don't think I know too many people that are kind of in between on this track. So, not really sure. Definitely a different style of track. 2 totally different sets of corners. So it definitely makes for a interesting entry, makes for interesting passing. So these guys are definitely going to be trying to start up front because they know it is very, very difficult to pass at this track. Definitely going to have a bunch of guys that are probably going to be good here tonight. Of course, all of those guys that are in the top 5 right now are going to be tough. Anybody in the top 10 is going to be tough here. Jordan Martin's going to be good here. All of the Screaming Eagle boys, it looks like Darren and Dean both are at the top of the board on speed. Of course, Hunter's always going to be fast wherever he goes. And Bobby Terrell, which is one of the Screaming Eagle guys, he's up there in the top 10. Russ is up in the top 10. Randy McCaney. So definitely going to be an interesting night. Let's hope the track is not quite too tough to tame and we get in a pretty good race here. Right along with our points leader, Mr. Hunter Kent. Now, I have not had the best of days today, so if I get to a point to where I'm a little quiet, I apologize ahead of time. It has definitely just been one of those days. If it could have gone wrong, it went wrong. So bear with me. Plus Cody being out sick. Definitely going to have to do the show by myself. But luckily, I got my dog here. She always makes me smile. And we should have a good race. And while we're finishing this up, let's go ahead and give out a little love to our good friend and comrade, Mr. Andre Greer and FRT Motorsports. Once again, another amazing supporter of the league. Andre's been with us for a while, comes up in the booth with us when he gets a chance. And as always, we appreciate that support. I got a couple laps left before everybody comes in and get ready to go out to qualify. It's definitely going to be interesting because these guys are going to be trying their best to get that fastest lap out so they can start up front. Riding along with Mr. Ryan Lang at the moment, just second place in points. Ryan's been having a killer season so far. Definitely probably the most consistent season I've seen him have since I've been in the league. Here we go. All right, well, let's get ready to turn it over to qualifying. I'm sure there's pretty much everybody's going to hit the track about the same time. I don't think really nobody's going to do them any good to wait anything or wait any time. Here, what it doesn't tell me what the weather. What is the can figure out what All right, so it looks like track temp's about 112. That is I think a little bit of heat there. Not too bad. Holes were top of the board. Set up there now. Jimmy Babb up there. Rachel Hunt up there. Bernard Persons up there. Bobby Terrell to the top of the board. Dean Doucette to the top. Coming in tonight to make a statement. Dean and Darren, the two fastest from practice so far. But wow, he got all four of the Screaming Eagle guys. 1, 2, 3, 4 currently. Doesn't look like too many people are actually qualifying here. Sure what's going on with that. That may make for an interesting race. That past champion, Mr. Ron Thompson, here making his lap. Oh, here we go. Hunter's out now. Let's see what he's going to do here. It's the green flag here. Nice and smooth through 1 and 2 there. Right. First lap will put him third. Gonna settle for third. All right. Hunter will start third. Broke up that Screaming Eagle group there. Gordon Martin in sixth. Jason Holsworth with a good start tonight in seventh. Randy McCaney in eighth. Rachel Hunt in ninth. Looks like Mr. Joe Zader in 10th so far. People currently on the track are just kind of getting laps in, getting some last minute adjustments maybe. Shit. Done. About 10 seconds. Like Brian Helms going to move up into the 10th spot there. Richard Malagani up into the 13th spot there. Like Stephen Massey, Timmy Longwood, Ron Thompson, Phil Gary, Doc Stout, Gary May, Ricky Williams, Shane Posey, and Doug Chappelle all chose not to qualify. So, do they know something we don't? I don't know. I guess we figure it out here shortly. So, driver meeting time. Sam will give them all a good talking to and make sure everybody's on the same page. And then we'll get ready to go racing. Let's see here. This is what, race 6. Got race 6 of 16, so we're about more than a third through the season. Or this is race 7. Almost halfway. Next week's Atlanta Motor Speedway. So Atlanta Dega, here we come. And we'll have New Hampshire, Kansas, Charlotte, Chicago, Talladega, Iowa in the season on October the 29th with Phoenix Raceway. So still got a lot of racing left in the season. So make sure that you tune in and check everything out. As always, have any suggestions, anything you want to see or hear, anything that I can do better, always up for some pointers. I don't necessarily do this all the time. I do it to help Doc out because I like the league. I like everybody in the league and try to help them out. So hopefully we can allow them to continue to put on a good league and have some decent prizes for an actual free league. So these guys are able to actually get some pretty decent stuff, some money and everything. So there's not many free leagues out there that can actually say that. Like leaving the pits there, Hunter was giving Stephen Massey a little bit of love in the rear. So I don't know if they're messing with each other or maybe we got some rivalries going on. Good rivalry is always a good thing. Steven and Hunter. This is Steven's kind of track here. Steven's going to be pretty good here tonight, I believe. Hunter's just been good everywhere this season, so it's not gonna shock me if Hunter does well. I know Dean Doucette came to make a statement. I think he wants to redeem himself from last week. And his partner, Darren Bruce, I believe he's going to be another one that's going to be tough tonight. So, man, it's hard to pick someone tonight. Oh, Shane Posey's running right there with these guys right at the moment. Well, just as I say that, he tail slaps the wall, gets that Darlington stripe. I'm sure we're going to see that a few times tonight. I think the dark horse tonight. I had to pick a dark horse. I think my dark horse pick tonight's going to be Bernard Persons. Bernard's been running real consistent, and he was fast earlier in practice. He's going to be my dark horse pick. I think he's one of the ones that can throw a monkey wrench in this points championship. As far as who's going to win tonight, I just can't pick it. I don't have Cody to bounce it off of him, man. I hope Cody's doing all right. He told me today he had the flu, so I hope he feels better soon. Miss you, Cody. And hopefully you'll be better for next week. All right. Chevrolet Pace Trucks getting everybody lined up here. All right. All those pretty trucks sitting out there getting ready to make their way around the track. Too tough to tame. So tonight on the pole, we have Mr. Dean Doucette, Screaming Eagles. Outside, we have teammate Darren Bruce. Starting third, Hunter Kent from Team Conti. Starting fourth is Bobby Terrell, also from Screaming Eagles. Fifth place, my dark horse pick, Mr. Bernard Persons. Sixth place, my boy, Jordan Martin. Seventh place is going to be Jason Holsworth. Eighth's going to be Randy McCaney. Rachel Hunt starting in ninth. Brian Helm on the outside in 10th. We have Joe Zader and Jimmy Babb. Richard Malagani, Ryan Lang, Tim Marlowe and Russ Beauvert, Jeffrey Price, Travis Orwick, Stephen Massey and Timmy Longwood, Ron Thompson and Phil Gary, Doc Stout and Gary May, Ricky Williams and Shane Posey, and Mr. Doug Chappelle. All right, making our way through 3 and 4. The pace truck is off. And Mr. Dean Doucette sets the pace for the start of the race.
Green flag, green flag.
All right, green flag is out. Looks like everybody gets a pretty decent start here. Dean gets a little nose out in front of his teammate. And just enough where it allowed Hunter Kent to slide on up in the second.
All right, man, caution is out. Caution is out.
We got a caution already. Who we got here? Looks like. All right, let's see here. Mr. Phil Gary here involved, but I think it was before him. All right. Here. All right, so we're gonna ride along with Stephen Massey. Looks like Stephen was in the middle of this. All right. So it looks like Stephen coming out of 2 got just a little into the left side of the 25 truck there and sent him around, which also collected a couple other trucks there. Go back and see who this collected. So barely got into that left rear, and that banking like that left rear is so sure what, oh, and then that looks like the 20, the 83. So starting already. All right. Well, I was hoping it was not going to start that way tonight, but looks like I may have jinxed it, maybe. I don't know. This is going to put Hunter on the front row now. Start on the outside. That may work in Hunter's favor. He gets a good start. He can control how that 5 comes up off the corner. So it may work out, may not. We shall see here in another half lap. Chevrolet pace truck leading them into 3. All right, so Bernard Person done moved up into that 4 spot now. Like I said, that's my dark horse pick now. So keep an eye on that 18 truck.
Green, green, green.
All right, green flag is out. Looks like Dean was able to get a good start there. It also allowed his teammate that was starting behind him to get a good start and run side by side with Hunter. Now those two are gonna almost get into each other coming off the corner there. Looks like the 14 truck's gonna go ahead and be able to make that pass. Like Jordan Martin on the move here up in the 4th. Jordan was able to get around Bernard. Got Bernard right behind him there. Bobby Terrell. Jason Holsworth got a good start to the night. As long as he can stay out of trouble. He's one of them trouble magnets, man. Swear to God, he gets a good race going on, and then all of a sudden he gets caught up in somebody else's stuff. Got Randy McCaney behind him. Rachel Hunt behind him. That's Joe Zader. Joe Zader in the top 10. Our series sponsor. Mr. Brian Helm behind them. And Jimmy Babb. Richard Malagani back here with Ryan Lang. Got Tim Marlowe behind them. And Russ. Got Ron Thompson running there right with him. Got Ricky Williams behind him there. Got Doc behind him. Jeffrey Price behind Doc there with his Taz truck. Timmy Long was behind them. I think he got slowed down during that wreck. Travis Orwick behind Timmy and Gary May. Like everybody else is in the pits. All right, so back up front, looks like Dean Doucette is setting a blistering pace already. Almost has a 1 second lead over second place Darren Bruce. Right there with him is Hunter Kent. Take a lap around here with the leader. Get down on that crease. Hardly ever get out of the throttle there. Get right back in it. Nice smooth exit off the 2. Gotta get way out of the gas to get through 3 and 4. There you have it. That's a fast lap at Darlington Motor Speedway. So as expected, pretty much everybody's kind of strung out now. Single file. That's pretty much the way this is going to run for a bit. Maybe toward the end of the fuel run, when tires start playing a factor, you may see some racing then. But right now, we're set to just sit back and ride. It looks like we've got couple retirees already. So Shane Posey and Doug Chappelle are out. I think they were tied up in that wreck. They may be coming back out on the track now. I think they got their damage fixed. I think Phil Gary, I think he got the worst part of that wreck. So I think he's actually gone. So yeah, Doug and Shane both are about 12 laps down. But meanwhile, out front, it is still Dean Doucette. Staying right there with him, though. He's not really. He got about to that 6 and 7/10 mark, and he hasn't been able to gain anything else. So I don't know if he's just managing his gap, or if these other guys are just getting better. Looks like Darren's maybe picking up a little on him. Jordan's about to the back bumper of Hunter back here. That'll be a race here shortly. George showed the nose there, but Hunter shut the door on him. Here comes Jordan again. There you go, Jordan making a run down the backstretch there. Hunter played the smart move and just let him go. Meanwhile, while these guys are fighting, now Dean's done able to put a little bit of time on him. Jordan Martin's coming, though. That's okay. My dark horse is still right there with him. They're behind Hunter. Bobby Terrell's still right there. Jason Holsworth's still right there. Randy McCaney's still right there. And Rachel Hunt's still right there. So you got a bunch of really fast drivers that are still right there that can make something happen. Out front, Mr. Dean Doucette. Jordan Martin starting a real Dean in. Not sure what happened to Darren Bruce there. He's then fell back to 5th. So Jordan was able to get around him, Hunter was able to get around him, and Bernard was able to get around him. Jordan Martin is definitely trying to track him down. He's done knocked it down from almost a second down to half a second. And like he's got Dean Doucette in his sights. All right, after 25 laps, we have Mr. Dean Doucette leading. We have Jordan Martin in second. We have Hunter Kent in third. Mr. Darren Bruce back in fourth. Bobby Terrell in fifth. Bernard Persons in sixth. Jason Holsworth in seventh. Rachel Hunt in eighth. Randy McCaney in ninth. And Jimmy Babb in 10th place. It's like Jordan is about caught Dean now. He should be making a move for that lead here shortly. like all over the track. We got different people running the fastest lap every lap. There's doesn't seem to be one specific person running the fastest lap all the time. So everybody's fast tonight. I've seen the 20th place truck run the fastest lap. I've seen the 10th place truck run the fastest lap. I've seen the first place truck run the fastest lap. So everybody here pretty quick tonight. Like Dean getting a little loose coming out of 2 there. Getting that tail wiggle a little bit. He does seem to be running a little bit higher than Jordan is. Jordan trying to set him up for that pass down the back straightaway like he did Jordan, or like he did Hunter Kent there earlier. But quite able to make it stick. Shows his nose though. There we go. Like we got a challenge for the lead. The first time tonight, Mr. Jordan Martin will lead at Darlington. Dean in the wall a little bit there. That allowed Jordan to get away a little bit. And also allow Hunter Kent to reel him in some. Hunter's just having a quiet night tonight. Got a pretty decent lead. I'm sure he'd probably like to get up there and lead a lap so at least get those bonus points. Probably tried really hard not to get any incidents so he can get that bonus point. Looks like Rachel Hunt was able to get around Jason Holsworth. That moves her up to 7th. She's starting to set her sights on Bernard Persons here. Little race going on. Bernard just lets her go. That's probably the best thing to do at this track. You can definitely tear up some stuff here. Got Ryan Lang running back here in our points leader. I mean, our second place in points, running in 11th. Right there with Brian Helm. Back up front, Jordan Martin is putting it on him at the moment. He's then got a 1-second lead over second place. Dean Doucette, Hunter Kent reeling in Dean, then almost got back to his back bumper. Ooh. Dean gets a little sideways coming out of the corner there. So that allowed Hunter to go ahead and make that pass. Good save. I think he's getting a little loose here. A little loosey-goosey. 37 laps in of 110, so over a quarter of the way there. Let's see if Hunter's going to have anything for Jordan. Let's see if he can catch Jordan. Hunter was the fastest lap last lap by almost a tenth, so I'm sure Jordan's probably managing his gap there. Really good about managing tires, so, and fuel. So you figure they've run 40 laps, and they started out in the 2980s, and they're now in the 3220s. So almost 2.5 seconds slower. Definitely a huge difference in tires. I'm sure these guys will be glad to come in and pit here. I would say probably just after halfway would be my guess. But so far, so good. Just hope I don't jinx it. Like Russ is caught up to Ryan Lang here. Looks like Brian Helm was able to actually get around Ryan Lang. That moves Ryan back to 12th. And it looks like Russ is going to make a bid for that position. Stephen Massey right behind him. Stephen's actually 4 laps down. Not sure if there was issues with that wreck or if he had damage or what, but I don't have Cody to check on it for me tonight, so kind of in the dark. Like Ryan's just going to let them go as well. Meanwhile, back out front, my boy Jordan Martin just sawing on that wheel. Trucks are a handful right now. I'm assuming that some of these guys are a little bit back, so I would say maybe Dean Doucette or Darren Bruce or Bobby Terrell. Maybe one of those guys may short pit a little bit to see if they can gain some of that track position back and make some adjustments to the truck and make it better. Like Rachelston got around the 18 truck of Bernard Persons. As we speak here, looks like Shane Posey gets around the 18 truck. That moves Rachel up to 6th. But you got a good run going tonight. All the while we have that 52 truck catching that 19 just slowly but surely. 10th here and a 10th there. Just seems to kind of catch him. Since Cody's not here tonight, I kind of got to do this on my own. So, of course, Darlington's one of the oldest tracks out there. It opened in August of 1950. So she's been around for a while. And, of course, the big races, the Southern 500, which is one of the best races to go to. And of course, all 3 series run here. Well, now, with that being said, the fastest lap here in a truck was John Hunter Nemechek in 2021. And then the fastest lap in an Xfinity car, actually Ryan Blaney. 2019 in the Sports Clip 200, and the fastest lap in the Cup car would be Denny Hamlin, 2018 at Southern 500. So as we're watching here, looks like Hunter Kinston pulled up to the back bumper. Jordan Martin here, they had like Shane Posey came back out onto the track after getting damage fixed or whatever. Of course, was on new tires and was able to get around them. Ooh, Jordan smacks the wall a little bit, opens up that outside lane. Looks like Jordan's going to come into pits. And he does. Let's check out Jordan's pit stop here. Takes his way down pit road. I would assume that Hunter Kent would come in this lap. He would be crazy not to, because he definitely doesn't want to lose time on those new tires. Perfect into the box. And as I say that, here comes the 52 truck. Right, 4 freshies and some Sunoco racing fuel, and he's down and away. Let's cover the 52 stop. It's like Rachel Hunt's on pit road as well. She is not far behind. In the box, perfect for Hunter Kent. Up on the jack, 4 freshies and some Sunoco racing fuel. Down and away. So Jordan Martin's total pit time was 14.1. And Hunter Kent's was 15.0. So Hunter lost almost 1/10 of a second in the pits. And that's a whole lot of truck lengths on the track. That relegated Dean Doucette back to the lead. So they have chosen to run it out a little bit, hoping for a caution. Trying to keep these guys a lap down. That moves all of those Screaming Eagle guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like they stop halfway. So at halfway, we have Dean Doucette, Aaron Bruce, Bobby Terrell, which just came into pits, Bernard Persons, Jason Holsworth, Russ Bovair, Randy McCaney, Ron Thompson, Ricky Williams, and Doc Stout rounding out the top 10. Here comes Jordan Martin to get his lap back. That'll put him back on the lead lap. While these guys are playing nice, let's go ahead and do some more love to the sponsors. Let's go side by side with NEPA Towing and Recovery. Shout out to NEPA Towing and Recovery. And as you were watching side by side, the 52 truck was able to get his lap back. Now, as you can see, the 52 truck is pretty good ways behind the 19 now. So, he's almost 8 seconds behind the 19 truck. So that's that almost a tenth in the pits. Cost him a lot of time on the track. But once this cycles out, it should put Jordan back to the lead at a pretty good amount. Looks like the 5 truck's finally making his stop. Cover the 5 truck stop. Good clean entrance into the pits there. 4 freshies and some Sunoco racing fuel. Down and away. Oh, maybe got a little damage he's fixing. There we go. There he goes. It's going to be a little bit of a lengthy stop there, so. Oh, yeah. Just like 22 seconds. He's going to be really far behind now. Jordan Martin's up to 6th place. Everybody in front of him still needs to pit. I take that back. They've all pitted, so that will move Jordan Martin back to the lead. And Hunter Kent, a little over 5 seconds behind. God forbid something crazy. Looks like it may be Jordan Martin's night. So right now, Jordan Martin and Hunter Kent have everybody all the way up through 7th place, lap down. 8th place is the first truck a lap down, and that's Russ Beauvair. Hunter getting a 100th here and there, but he's not catching Jordan very fast. 44 laps to go, so he's definitely going to have to make something happen if he wants to win. Now, my dark horse, he's back to 10th. So Bernard Persons is in 10th now. He's also a lap down. This is crazy that they had that many people a lap down. Actually, the first 6 people that are on the lead lap. Richard Malagani's the last truck on the lead lap. Richard is not that far in front. Only about a straightaway in front of Jordan. I think the right call to come in when Jordan did. I think that made him up some time. I don't think it's going to change that much on the back end. Shane Posey running there with him. Of course, Shane's a few laps down, and Jordan will just let him go. Russ coming behind him. Looks like Russ is probably going to be able to get his lap back. 19 trying to get around Stephen Massey. Of course, Stephen's a couple laps down, but Russ trying to pass Shane. Of course, Shane's 13 laps down. I was going to say, he should just let Russ go. Russ gets his lap back the old-fashioned way. All right, with 38 to go, we have Jordan Martin in first, Hunter Kent in second, Mr. Jason Holsworth in third. Hunter's still making up a little bit of time. He's only about 4.5 seconds back now. I don't think he's making it up quite fast enough. Granted, he's got a pretty good got a pretty good lead on third place there, so doesn't really have to try too hard. Everybody wants to win, but also want to win the points too. So a good solid second place, no incidents, would definitely be another good day for Hunter Kent. Hunter's catching him though. He's a little less than 4 seconds. They got it down to about 3.5 seconds now. I don't know if Jordan's just saving some tire, which he's usually pretty good about. Like Bernard Person's going to get his lap back. That'll put 8 trucks on the lead lap. And Randy McCaney is going to get his lap back. That'll put 9 trucks on the lead lap. Like Doc Stout's coming too. Doc's running in 10th. Like Doc may get his lap back as well. Got Dean Doucette running behind Doc there. Dean's definitely on fresher tires, so sure he's going to be able to make his way up there and get around Jordan. Jordan right now is running with 28 lap old tires. Doc's on 19 lap old tires. You can see what 10 laps does as far as grip is concerned. Through the middle and the exit, Doc just runs right up to him. Hunter's done knocked it down to about 3.2 seconds behind. Definitely catching him. Got 30 laps to go to catch him and then get around him. That's going to be the key. May be able to catch him, but getting around him on those old tires is definitely going to be another situation in itself. Trying to keep those lap cars in between him and Hunter now. Get that buffer there. Doc's trying to pass him. Ron Thompson right there with him now. Ron's a few laps down, so he's got a lot fresher tires. Stephen Massey coming up. Doc's finally going to be able to make that pass nice and clean. Ron's going to come right along with him. Even trying to find a way around. And gets around Jordan. Steven. Still 4 laps down though. Through that little exchange there, that allowed Hunter Kent to get about a little less than 3 seconds. About 2.5 behind Jordan. So he's definitely slowly catching him. But he only has 25 more laps to go, so we shall see. All right, one last shout out to the sponsors. Andre Greer and FRT Motorsports, side by side. As always, we appreciate Mr. Greer's support. It's like Ryan Lang's going to get his lap back. That'll put 12 trucks back on the lead lap. Trying hard. Jordan knows Hunter Kent's coming, though. Hunter's only about 2 seconds behind now. He's then caught him from about 5 seconds back, almost 6 seconds back. So this is going to be a interesting race if they catch up to each other. And of course, Jordan wants to keep that 31 behind him, but I don't think he's going to be able to. All right, well, that'll put the 50 truck right behind him. And he's less than 2 seconds behind. So does Hunter Kent have enough time to get there and get around that 19 truck? Or will Jordan Market make it another win for this season? Jason Holsworth having a killer run. Now, his competition's going to be Russ. Russ has got about 6 lap fresher tires. And Russ is running at about 0.2 of a second faster with 19 laps to go. So we'll see if Russ has enough time to catch him. Right now, that 52 truck is on the hunt. He's almost cut it down to a second. And he is right there. Guys are just running so smooth. Really proud of these guys tonight. They've got a really good race going on here. All right, less than a second back now. 19 truck in his sights. 16 laps to go. We'll see if he can make it work. There it is. Jordan Martin's lead has disappeared. 52 truck showing why he's the points leader. Going to be an interesting race once he gets there. It's so hard to pass here with those slick tires at 45 and 44 laps. Oh, Jordan gets loose coming out of the corner, which allowed Hunter to get a good run up on him. Hunter packs that air on there to get him loose. Make that run down the back straightaway, or down the front straightaway, I mean. Just couldn't make it sick. Once again, gets a little loose. Runs up the track. Hunter gets that run down the back straightaway. This time he's going to be able to make it stick. Going to run side by side off the corner. Like Hunter is going to lead that lap. Getting really close to each other there. Going to be kind of like the race with him and Ryan Lang. Got two great drivers here. Like Jordan just couldn't quite hang on to it. And that 52 takes over with 12 laps to go. Kid has kind of been stoppable this season. Definitely dominated the entire season so far. Now we got the 8 truck back here with the one that is slowly creeping up on him here. Russ is right behind him. Only about a little more than a second back. Only has about 10 laps to catch him, so we shall see. Still about a tenth faster than Jason, so this is going to be a good race to the end here. A dark horse, Bernard Persons, he back in 9th. With 9 to go, we still have Hunter Kent up front, Jordan Martin in 2nd, and Jason Holsworth in 3rd. Kind of evening it out some now. I think Russ is kind of losing some grip there. That 52 truck is definitely done taking off now. It's got 2.5 seconds on second place Jordan Martin. Coming back with 6 to go. Almost a 3-second lead over second place. And then pretty good lead back to third. Almost 13 seconds back to third. So there's no threat from that. Russ is still trying to catch Jason at that last podium spot. They keep trading off speed, the fastest of the two. I don't think Russ is quite fast enough to be able to make up the difference there. A little bit faster here and there, but I don't think he's got enough time to get there. Meanwhile, out front with 5 to go, or 4 to go, I should say, Mr. Hunter Kent showing why he is the point leader. Three more to go. Mr. Hunter Kent out to about a 5-second lead over second place now. Opened it up pretty good here. Two to go. Hunter Kent's just hoping he gets around his last lap and sees that white flag. Right, white flag. So that is it. Needs to get around the track one more time. Comes out of 2 okay, nice and smooth. Down the backstretch and into 3. You can almost coast at this point. Got to keep it straight. And just like that, win number 4 for Mr. Hunter Kent from Team Conti. Like Jordan Martin's going to come in second. And Jason Holsworth is going to hang on for third. Russ Bovair in 4th. Bobby Terrell in 5th. Randy McCaney in 6th, Richard Mondolgani in 7th, Bernard Persons in 8th, Rachel Hunt in 9th, and Mr. Ryan Lang rounds out the top 10. All right, let's see if we can get everybody where they need to be here. Just a second. All right, well, let's start with 3rd place, Mr. Jason Holsworth.
Where the fuck am I now?
Hey, Jason.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay, man. That's okay. Killer run, man. That was an awesome run for you tonight, man.
Hang on, let me just mute. Oh, yeah, thank you.
You good?
Hello?
Yep. There.
Yeah, I'm good now. Sorry.
All right, that's okay. Yeah, that's a killer run there tonight, man. It's probably one of the best races I've seen you have in a long time.
It was okay. It wasn't anything special. Very tough. Like, didn't really do any practice. Set was just not exactly what I wanted. Sort of fixed it in the pits, but still a little bit off. But I'll take third.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. It was nice and consistent. Seemed like you kind of stayed right there and just worked your way to the front there and just kind of stayed right there. And then nothing wrong with that at all, man. You usually get caught up in other people's stuff, so I figured it was a good night for you.
Yeah, it is considering, Richmond and Gateway, like, just involved in incidents that I had nothing to do with, so. But that's racing. It happens. Probably need to learn how to qualify better to get out of those things. So it's all on me because it's obviously very tight in the mid-pack. So naturally it's all give, no take, and incidents happen. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, tonight people were fast all over the track. I mean, I was seeing sometimes the 20th place truck being the fastest, the second place truck, the 5th place truck, the 10th place truck. It was crazy.
Yeah, I think it's just a lot of variation of when people pitted. I believe Jordan went in, I think, first maybe out of like the lead group on lap 50 or 51.
Right.
And then some guys ran the tanks dry and went to lap 60. So I think there's just a few different strategies as why you had fast laps across the board.
Right. All right. Well, next week we got Atlanta Dega. So you think you got anything for him for the mini super speedway?
I hate super speedways, but we'll see how we go.
All right, man. You want to give out any shout outs?
Yeah, JT, that's his set. With his changes, obviously all the Nitro guys, and you guys on the broadcast, and Doc for putting the league together.
Awesome. All right, good deal. We'll see you next week at Atlanta.
See you then.
All right, buddy. Have a good one. The Sim Rigger himself.
What's up?
What did you need, man? What did you need?
Rear grip.
Rear grip.
Drive off of 3 and 4 and off of 2. And when I got to the center of the corner, the damn truck just wanted to 4-wheel slide Tokyo drift around the corner. And it was after about 35 to 35 laps. You know, that's where I started really losing the truck handle. And after that, anything after that was pretty crazy. I should have stuck to my 2-pit strategy, but I didn't. I took that one strategy and I pitted early to try to get the jump, hoping that these guys would stay out a little bit longer to compensate for my loss of tires at the end. And it played out for the most part with the rest of the guys because, you know, I finished ahead of a couple guys, but knowing Hunter, he always I'll go after my strategy because he knows if he lets me get away with it, I typically run away with it. But hey, I just didn't have rear grip at the end when I needed it, and if I had rear grip, this race would went in different hands.
Right. And I was actually worried about him there for a minute because you had a 10th in him in the pits, and I think he caught traffic better than you did. Where he caught.
He let people go. Yeah. He let people go, and I did not let people go. People had to force their way around me, which struggled, but I had to because my time of what the truck was going to do, and right. I couldn't let them pass in the middle of the corner because I was going to lose, you know, half a second to a second doing that. But you know, when they got up under me and stuff, and they freight trained me, I lost a half a second there and stuff, and I was just trying to hold on for dear life, but the truck just kept getting worse and worse and worse, and my arms is tired. I did a workout tonight with that hand of that truck. The going to the white flag, I almost looped it out of second. So the tires were gone in the rear, but we definitely needed some more rear security tonight. But overall, I can't complain. Started 6th, got to show my consistent speed at the beginning, show I was fast. I thought I fixed the truck enough to be fast tonight, but nah, it still got the setup still got the better half of me tonight. So go back to the drawing boards a little bit tonight, but I'm probably not gonna touch this truck after this. So just thanks.
Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug.
Yeah, exactly. Today I was the windshield for most of the race, and I turned into the bug at the end. So,
well, it's Atlanta
hey,
Dega next week, so you got to find some speed.
Yeah, just find some speed. We're gonna be tuned out for that. We're gonna be faster and better there. But that's a team race. Get to hope the team comes together. We work as a team. We could do some great work. But overall, wasn't a bad race. It was very fun, and I tried not to wreck Hunter there, tried not to let him pass, but I really had nothing for him. I was turning my wheel almost 180 to the right.
Yeah, I guess
trying to keep it off of him.
Sawing on that wheel, man.
I was
please don't loop it. Please don't loop it.
Yeah, I tried not to wreck him or loop it. So right. I mean, I banged off the wall. I don't know how many times trying to keep it off of him, but overall, it was a good race. Hey, once again, Hunter, always shows to have one of the best cars on long run, and he's the man to beat this season. So we got to figure out a little bit long run speed here, and we're gonna take it to him next week. No, really not next week, but the week after that, going to the rest of the end of the season, we're gonna click and see what happens.
All right, buddy. Any shout outs?
Hey man, Nitro like always. You for broadcast and everybody who shows up each and every week to put the show on. We can't do it without these other drivers. So
I agree.
Just need a little bit more tonight, but didn't have it.
All right, there you have it. Second place, Mr. Jordan Martin, aka the Sim Rigger. All right,
later, Jim Walt.
See you later.
Later.
All right, dude, you're starting to make it a habit out of this now.
Dude, are you kidding me? We just won Darlington. I have always.
That's freaking awesome, man. I was worried there because you had a little bit longer pit stop than he did, and I was like, oh man. I said, if Jordan was able to adjust on his truck, I said he's gonna freaking get out on Hunter, and he ain't gonna be able to catch him. And there for a little bit he couldn't. He put a little bit of time on you. Then next thing I knew, boom, you knocked like 3 seconds off. And then, boom, you knocked another couple seconds off. And then his truck started falling off bad. So,
yeah, I knew that that first run, I just took it easy. And, Jordan, I let Jordan go, and he went past me. And Jordan got out, and I was like, all right, so I'm going to have to race Jordan. I knew I could run Dean and the other guys down just because I could see the way their trucks were handling in the corner. And I was like, just give it, after 15, 20, 25 laps, I was like, this truck's going to come to life. And sure enough, man, this is one of the best long run trucks that I've probably ever had here. And this track is just so much fun. And when I saw, when I got to second, and Jordan was that far out, I was like, all right, if I just maintain my pace, don't over push it, I can run him back down. I was like, his stuff's going to break sideways. I could just tell by the way it's yawed in the corner. I was like, he's going to get loose. Right. Sure enough, right there, lap, I think 51. I got to his bumper and he ducked off into pit road. And I was like, do I pit? Do I not pit? And before the race, I did, 110 divided by 2. And I was like, all right, we got to make it 55 laps. We're on lap 51. I was like, but we had that caution, and I still got like 13 gallons left. I was like, I'm gonna pit next lap, and that was the ticket. And Jordan had that 5 or 6 second lead, and I was like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to catch him. And I was like, well, if the same thing happens that happened the first run, I was like, I'm gonna catch him with 10, 11, 12 laps to go. And sure enough, we caught him and was able to get the win, man. I mean, dude, I love this track. I love this truck, and it feels so good to get a win here.
Yeah, you've been very consistent all season long, and you got to be consistent on this track. It's kind of like Martinsville. You gotta run the same lap every lap, and it's really difficult to do, and it's hard to pass here. So, it's one of those things that catching somebody and then getting around them is something totally different unless they make a mistake.
Yeah, and that's what I was worried about when I got to Jordan. I was like, how am I going to pass him? I was like, he's gonna fight for this. He's not just going to roll over and let me go. And
exactly.
I think we battled for 2 laps, and I could just tell he was so sideways off the exit of the corner. And
he was trying his darndest to keep from looping it and taking both you guys out.
Yeah, I came over the radio when he got loose. We made contact 3 or 4. I was like, all right, let's not take both of us out. And we went down to the next corner, and he kind of gave way a little bit. So that was fun racing, though. You know, this track is hard to pass, and then as loose as everybody is, it can get sketchy at times. But I'm glad we had the rear grip to get back to the front and drive away with the thing. So I'm just super happy, man. And I don't know, what is that, our 4th win this season after not winning this not winning this league for 3 seasons or 2.5 or whatever it was, you know. Right. So it feels really good, Jim.
That's awesome, man. Well, you're doing a great job. You definitely come prepared, you know, so they definitely need to do their homework if they're going to beat you. That's for sure.
Hey, if we can just keep this 52 truck out front, keep it clean. I didn't have a single incident tonight. I scraped the wall 1 time, so having no Darlington stripes here at Darlington's
right,
pretty good in my book.
You may be at a disadvantage next week though, because you got no teammates to work with. I think you're going to need.
That's fine. I like to draft, and I like drafting tracks, and as long as we can stay out of the carnage, we'll be there at the end.
Right. All right then. Any shout outs?
Yeah, big shout out to you guys here at Burnt Rubber. I think it's Burnt Rubber Racing or Burnt Rubber Media.
Media.
All right, Burnt Rubber Media. You know, we were Burnt Rubber Racing there for a while, and I raced underneath your wing. But big shout out to you guys and everything you do, Jim, to put this broadcast on. It's a lot of fun to go back each and every week and rewatch these races and see your take on it. Big shout out to Doc and everybody at VSpeed, all the sponsors. Without them, this league doesn't happen. So it's just a lot of fun to race in, and each and every week we've got Southern Roots production on the car. We just got back from Nashville last weekend, and we killed a pretty big deer opening weekend at Tennessee Velvet Seasons, and that video is going to be coming out soon. So if you guys like the outdoors, anything hunting, go check us out, Southern Roots Productions. I love making YouTube content, just putting my experiences out there for everybody to see. Big shout out Team Conti. Without them, none of this is possible. And just everybody for racing clean. And I guess we'll go. Are we at Atlanta next week?
Yep, Atlanta.
All right. Well, I guess we'll go to Atlanta next week and see if anybody wants to dance with us.
You can always bring Kaysen out of retirement and tell him to come be your teammate.
Oh, that's never gonna happen.
Got that other kid on the way,
yeah,
man.
That'll never happen. He's got too many. Yeah, he's got too many kids now. That's out of the picture.
Yep, that's what happens. But it is what it is. All right, man. Well, that does it for the Lady in Black. Tonight's winner, Mr. Hunter Kent, with win number 4 in the season. And still your points leader going into Atlanta. All right, and we shall see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.